Hey, what's up, guys? Brian Horton here with BK Forex Academy. I'm going to show you a really simple strategy using flag patterns for best entries and exits. I'm going to keep this video really short because I want you guys to be able to implement this right after in your next trade. So let's get right into it here. So let's go ahead and look at Euro USD. So I like to use the moving average to help me with my entry. Okay, so if you guys aren't familiar with moving average, all you have to do is go to your indicators list. You're going to type in moving average. Usually the first thing one that comes up here, once you go ahead and click on that, I use the 50 MA. So this is what your setting is going to be. You're going to type in 50 in the length, source is close, and offset you're going to keep at 0. And that way this line is just smoothing out the price action here. So we see all these candles here. This is just smoothing it out so you can better understand how price is moving. So this is how I use flag patterns with the 50 MA for a precise entry here. Okay, along with market structure and price action. So one thing I like to do is always start on the higher time frame, either the daily or the weekly. I'm on Euro USD and I'm starting on the daily. So what I like to do is kind of get a bias as to what trend I'm in, what's going on overall. And as I scroll back, I notice this huge gap here, which tells me that I may be at the bottom of a trend and a possible uptrend is coming. Okay, so as I look back, I'm looking here. Last time price was here, and I'm going to mark this right here with the rectangle. Last time price was here was back in 2016 December. All right, we're in 2022 of May. So this tells me that this is a strong support zone here. It works really good with flag patterns because now I have a bias that I may be in an uptrend. All right, so that's a great bias. Look at this huge gap here. The longer the gap, the greater amount of time, the better your price is going to reverse and do exactly what it did in the past. Okay, so now my bias is a buy. Now that I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a bit, I have my 50 MA on right here. And like I said, this 50 MA is smoothing out what price is doing here. So one thing I like to do is I like price to be above the 50 MA. Okay, so this is what I want to do when I'm trading flag patterns. And you can do this on any time frame. I like to start off on the daily. I like price to shoot above the 50 MA. When price shoots above the 50 MA, it's giving me another bias that we're in a reversal trend, that we're in an uptrend. So when price is above the 50 MA, I feel that I'm in an uptrend. Okay, this is the bottom of a possible uptrend, but I need to know for sure once price goes above the MA. Once I see price go above this 50 MA line, I like to see a pullback still above the 50 MA. If I see a pullback, I would like to see price shoot back up. Okay, so now I've identified a swing high right here. That's the first thing I want to do. I haven't entered in the trade yet. I see a pullback. I want to see another push. And when I see that other push, this is my second swing high here, my higher high. And then I'm prepping for the flag pattern. So typically when you see a flag pattern, you will see price kind of moving up, down, it's kind of going down overall, but it's forming this flag, right? So here's the flag right here. You'll see something like this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and clone this. And here is the flag pattern right here. This is what I want to see. I want to see the pull, and I want to see the flag pull back. Now, price may or may not retest this high, but if it does, that gives me a better indicator that I'm going to go for a buy. But it may not pull back to this first swing high. Either way, when price does something like this, 9 times out of 10, you will see price shoot back up. And this is what we want, specifically in an uptrend, because our bias is overall up. An uptrend, all that is that you see price moving up more than it's pulling back. Up more than it's pulling back. Up more than it's pulling back. That's why finding these flag patterns in an uptrend is great when you're looking to buy. You're going to do the exact same thing in a downtrend except in reverse. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at an example in the same pair. I'm going to go back and let's take a look and see if we can spot some flag patterns based on the rules that I've given you. All right, so I'm going to go back because I want to show you an uptrend just like we showed you. Okay, so right here looks like we're at the bottom. Here's our support zone here. So you want to make sure you're using market structure. Here's my support zone here. And the reason why it's a support zone is because price had touched this area multiple times and it's gone up. So here's our support zone. Price has gone above our MA. All right. So here's our high. It's come down, went above again, but it has still gone up. Here is our next swing high. So it's gone up quite a bit. Okay. Let's spread this out just a bit. Okay. Here's our next swing high. So here's our first swing high. It came down, it's still above the MA. It shot up and then it started to pull down. Here's our pattern right here. Okay. All right, so here's my flag here. Here's my pole. This one is a long pole, so I expect for price to pull back a bit, right? At least a third of the pole here, and I can use my Fibonacci retracement tool just to show you a bit, but here's our flag pattern here. So here's our flag. Once you find your entry, here's our continuation right here. And the reason why this works 9 times out of 10 is because we've identified that we're in an uptrend. We started at the beginning of an uptrend. We know our bias is long because we're going to get more bullish push than we are bearish push because we're in an uptrend, right? And then you want to continue to do that. And every time price comes back right here, so it's going to work most of the times, but when you see this here, now we're in a downtrend, right? Or a possible downtrend. We see price shoot below. Here's our first swing low. And then we see price shoot back, but it went under the MA. So that will completely eliminate your possible setup, right? We want to see it pull back right above the MA when we're in a downtrend. Same with here. We've seen it push, price pull back down, but it still respected our MA. It's still above our MA. And that means that we can go ahead and look for our flag pattern and our entry. That's it, guys. Really, really simple. If you think this is really simple, I want you to add this to your playlist, continue to play this. I didn't want to make this long and drawn out because I want you guys to be able to use this right away on your next trade. Let me know how it fits your trading strategy. I want you guys to journal your trades and remember to risk no more than 2% of your entire account balance when you're trading. We practice risk management. We want you to practice risk management. If you need more education, go ahead and take a look at our academy. It's all in the description below. For free trade ideas and information and encouragement, go ahead and join our Telegram. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.